Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Techman, and welcome back to this dramatic reading of Order and Chaos by Tatsu, Chapter 31, Discussion. As Discord withdrew to leave the group to their deliberations, leaving behind an overabundance of comfortable cushions to lie on, Celestia took charge of the meeting. Now, before we do anything else, we must compare notes regarding any possible clues as far as which artifact contains which element. Any mistakes there could prove disastrous. I feel I must disagree, sister, Luna interrupted calmly. I feel the first matter of our discussion must be whether or not using the elements against Discord should be our goal here. Several startled, confused gazes turned towards Luna, Celestia chief among them. To Luna's surprise, however, Fluttershy, the youngsters known collectively as the CMC, and Rainbow Dash all seemed to be of the similar mindset. Luna, whatever would make you think such a thing? Celestia demanded in shock. This is Discord we're talking about. You remember what he was like when he roamed free before. Indeed I do, Luna responded. I also remember how much harm I could have caused had I not been stopped both times. And yet, I have the second chance that you granted me. I have reasons to feel that, given such a chance, Discord might also choose not to harm. Seeing Celestia's eyes narrow, Luna raised a hoof. However, my reasons for feeling thus are ones I will not divulge to all, as they were divulged to me in confidence, and the one who divulged them has kept them otherwise secret for her own reasons. You speak of Vermina? Celestia clarified. Discord's mate? Even more shocked noises echoed around the group. Verily, Luna confirmed. However, I will accede to the decision of the majority in this. She glanced towards Twilight and the others. The 6 of you will have to wield the elements, should it be decided to do so. If the decision of our group is to make the attempt, I will bend all my abilities towards deducing which artifacts produces the energies. However, know that at this point, no argument shall change my vote on the matter from nay. Celestia was gobsmacked, and with good reason. Since her return, Luna had never so boldly declared her intentions, or will in defiance of what Celestia had gently suggested, or firmly dictated. While she was glad to see Luna recovering, she couldn't help but be concerned. And beyond that, this was Discord they were talking about. Very well, she allowed finally. We shall discuss if Discord is one we must wield the elements against. I'm gonna vote no too, Rainbow spoke up suddenly, causing several heads to swivel towards her in shock. Look, I get that Discord was this really bad guy sometime in the past or something, and he's got crazy powers to warp the very fabric of reality, but we all just faced off against entities that could do that on the same scale, if not in the same way, and the one I faced, I thought... Shivering, she pulled Skulu tighter in her embrace. Much to the confusion of the others, and to Skulu's joyful bewilderment, Rainbow had not released the filly from her embrace from the moment she'd taken hold of her. Her actions had led to Applejack and Rarity almost self-consciously pulling their own sisters close. Anyway, Discord's far from the worst of reality warping quasi-gods out there. And if I read him right, when he's pieced together what that Dagon guy did, he got off easy that... She closed her mouth, plainly not wanting to say any more in front of Skulu. Anyway, yeah, I don't think he's such a bad guy. Gotta admit, I think I see your point, Applejack spoke up. I mean, I'm alright ticked about what he did to the Acres, but after seeing what others on his level are capable of, that's like getting angry at you and Pinky for painting my apples with water-based paint. Once he's got his jollies, he can just clean it up with a snap. Just like the paint washed right off when we cleaned them up for cooking their sail. Not to say I'm entirely convinced that it's a good idea to let him run rampant, but I don't think he's bad enough that I've seen to justify stoning him for another 1,000 years. I have to admit, I agree, Rarity allowed. With Luna's example, he served his sentence for his past crimes. I see no reason to imprison him again if he's willing to take the well-being of others into account regarding his actions. Question! Pinky spoke up emphatically. If we use the elements against him, does that mean we go back to Equestria and never come back here, right? I suppose, Celestia concluded. I mean, he's the only one who knows how to open those portals, as far as we know. Then I definitely vote no, Pinky proclaimed firmly. I finally found the guy who can keep up with me. Do you have any idea how hard that is for me? To find someone who will see me as a mayor and not shrug off half the things I say as being so random or just Pinky being Pinky outside of one-shot cameos and OCs. She seemed to fail to notice her friend's averting guilty gazes or the confused glances of the CMC and the princesses. I mean, I get I'm weird, and I do my best to always be happy, going out of my way to make everybody smile, and that leaves my brain a little scattered as I try to keep track of every single possible detail around me. And that'd be hard enough if my brain worked like everyone else's, but I know it doesn't. I can't blame anyone for not being able to follow my trains of thoughts. Heck, half the time I can't follow them, and the other half they're submarines. But Saggy followed my thoughts no problem, and enjoys seeing where they lead. And even helps me make sense of the bits that confuse me. No way, no how am I going to give that up. Make my vote no. Rarity and Sweetbell spoke up simultaneously. They glanced at each other in surprise, then burst into synchronized giggles. Celestia sighed thoughtfully. There were 12 of them there, and only 5 of them, and 2 of the element bearers, had voted firmly against sealing Discord. Even if she didn't count the 3 children, that was 4 of 9. At this point, she might as well hear them all out as far as why they couldn't see themselves sealing Discord. As she thought about her talk with Merida, she questioned her own determination to seal him away. Truthfully, she knew she was having trouble setting aside her memories of Discord, as he was in the past. And what Merida had said indicated she should treat this Discord as if he was a completely separate being, and judged only by his actions since his return to Equestria. She couldn't see sealing him in stone as justified. The antics of Twilight and her friends frequently did more damage to Ponyville than everything Discord had unleashed, up to and including the giant crab. And as pointed out by Applejack, Discord could snap his talons and fix everything with as much effort as she put forth to sip tea, if that, were he so inclined. She could easily see that Skulu and Applebloom were in agreement with Rainbow and Applejack, respectively, even if they weren't seeing the same picture as the older mayors. Turning towards her students, Celestia spoke up. And what of you, Twilight Sparkle? She asked calmly. What is your opinion on the matter? Twilight blushed as she pulled her head out of the card catalog she'd been clutched to. Speak freely, Twilight, Celestia encouraged gently. Swallowing conversely, Twilight nodded. It's just, this catalog here? It links to a library, the likes of which I've never imagined, and knowledge of worlds I could never even begin to conceive upon its shelves. With it, I could learn everything. And I can't help but imagine how much good all that knowledge, properly and carefully applied, could do for Equestria. And I know you said Discord is horrible, but I can't help but think the same of him. He's like knowledge. He has equal potential to do great good or great harm. But we don't burn a book of spells just because someone might use them to hurt someone. Sufficient to the moment are the sins we have done. Spikes spoke softly as he idly turned his warhammer over and over in his claws. Let Discord be judged for his present and his future, not his past. Celestia turned her soft gaze to Spike. His change had shocked her and frightened her at first, but hearing that calm wisdom from his mouth now, she felt her heart swelling with pride. Perhaps there wasn't anything to fear here in Spike's growth into his dragon heritage. Even if we do judge by his past, Fluttershy spoke up softly, I saw his past here while talking to Jollygorath. And Discord, he's a good boy. A little rambunctious, but he's lived his entire life where the only limit he understood was whether he could do something. And only recently questioned should, Luna added softly. Fluttershy nodded. I think if we make it plain that we don't want to fight him, but also don't want him to turn Equestria completely topsy-turvy, he'll be willing to find a compromise. Celestia glanced around as all the faces turned towards her. Well, I suppose we had best make it unanimous then, she concluded. If Discord can be reasoned with, we can embrace friendship with all of us, then there is no reason to turn the power of the elements against him. A blaze of light erupted from within the circle. The element powers floated out of the artifacts. Twilight, Rainbow, Rarity, Pinky, Applejack, and Fluttershy had brought back. Of the artifacts themselves, only the Razor, the card catalog, the Rose, the Katana, and the Warhammer remained. From everywhere and nowhere, a deep voice echoed. Equestria wins! Friendship! Friendship? I'm kind of looking forward to doing that last bit. I'll be the first to admit. Sorry for the massive delay, folks. For those who actually met me at the con, you'll know I upgraded my equipment. So that threw me off, and the end of August is very busy for my job, which threw me off more. But enough excuses. I've still got to get another recording done tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I should have back-to-back with these as I bump this mic stand. Tatsuro, you've been fantastic with this. Excuse me, I'm going to keep going. My name's TechBan. I wish you all good luck, good hunting, and safe travels. I'll see you in the next one, my Benditos.